How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Echoes of Ragnarok. We are up to episode 7 with our wonderful all-Australian cast here. Very, very exciting. Some very intriguing things coming out of the shadows here. Yeah, would you all like to introduce yourselves again quickly?
Ada first.
Ada, you go.
Hi, my name is Moodley. You can find me on the TikTokers, not very much. I'll be playing Ada, our human sacrificing madame, who's just really into it for a good time, maybe? Profit, who knows? And did you know he has a book? Next.
Yeah.
We will get to that. Rogue.
Hi, I'm the overworked Rogue. I'm a TTRPG cosplayer and streamer. I play Eric of Midgard, our very depressed, very skinny, almost dead-looking guy, doctor, sorcerer, like mage, who's also passed out. He's fine. Don't worry about it. And
you have a sign.
I have oh yeah, and I'm also the Earl of Gout.
Earl of Gout.
Address me by my proper title.
Earl of Gout is going to turn into our campaign's Burt Reynolds, like, very quickly.
I need it on a shirt. I need it on it. I need to get a shirt.
Cool, and Mac.
Hey everyone, my name's Mac, currently going through a personality crisis, so don't try to find my username. I am a TTRPG content creator on TikTok. I mainly do cosplay, I do some forging videos, and a bit of gardening. I'm playing Hugo, a man who of many words who just likes to have a good time at the moment. And we'll see his trauma unravel as the campaign goes on.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
Hooray. And you know me, my name is Dragyn, also known as a heavy metal game master. I am a content creator, streamer, professional game master, and published author. Now, twice published author with the release of my second book, Harbingers of Ragnarok. It is set in the same world as the stream, albeit about 500 years earlier, and tells the story of Ragnarok, which is sort of the an instigating event of this entire world. So yes, you can get it now on Amazon or the Serenade Publishing website through the links in the panels below. One thing I do need to say, because I've been told this by a couple of people who have already gotten through this book, this book I will refer to very lovingly as a love letter to trauma. It is very intense. There's a lot of heavy subject matter in here, and there's a lot of very intense scenes. If I would love for you to read it, but also take it slow and take care of yourselves. Okay.
Buy it. Trigger warning though.
Yeah. I will. There is a trigger warning on my Discord server, and I have asked for one to be put in the book moving forward. But yeah. It was raised with me that it is probably a good idea to put in a trigger warning. But with that all said, let's jump into tonight's episode of Echoes of Ragnarok. Woo!
Can I just say that cup is perfect for Hugo-sized life?
Right?
That's very.
It's just a normal cup,
size
everybody.
glass.
Mhm.
This is a normal
Yeah, for
cup.
him that's normal.
Cool. So, who would like to recap our last session?
Yes, and what happened?
Oh yeah, you can't.
I can't, and I deliberately did not watch anything because I want to hear it from you guys.
Aw.
I'm gonna say Mootley was the main character of the last episode, so I'm gonna push this on her.
So we did a lot of investigations, and our dear friend Ulf had a bit of side chats about his drama and his goals in life.
As every man does.
I
with a
forgot
dog.
about the dog.
He
He spilled
talked
his
to
heart.
a dog.
Oh,
It was just a dog, but it was Sigrid's dog, so that was very helpful.
But is it just a dog? It's a very smart dog.
It's a very smart dog. We tried to go back and buy the gun from Smoke, but it had
So that
already
we-
been sold, so we could taunt Eric with it.
Yeah.
But
It was going to
we
be a
were
shared investment.
unsuccessful. Ada decided to try and investigate down at the docks to see where the Razor Runners who had attacked the tavern got what she thinks is kind of like infected by whatever's going on, and did encounter a brawl which almost took her over, and she felt a presence push on her. And then she may have accidentally kicked someone on purpose, pushed somebody into the sea, and that person disappeared. Weird.
With not a splash.
And then Hugo had a visitor. His
I got
brother.
visited by my brother.
Which one?
I will
Which
pull
one?
up the name because for everyone watching, Hugo has many brothers. This brother, Lacroon.
Lacroon.
He is a woodworker, and he believes that anyone who works with an unnatural medium is lesser. So you know what he did? He broke into my house. I'm so sad that I didn't have my traps. And he started messing with my... I wouldn't say inventions. He messed with my stuff. And then when he left, I found out he'd filled my pillow with explosive flour.
It wasn't even explosive flour. It was just flour. You just flopped down. You just knew you'd flop down so hard that it'd just create a cloud.
You know, that makes me madder because that he knows how I fall asleep. It makes me madder.
How
I don't
dare
like this.
Oh,
And
dear.
possible connections. He was coming specifically to see the musician.
The
Flex.
way he explained it, essentially, he was invited by essentially Bragi's people. I don't know what the word you'd call it is.
Posse?
Estate.
Entourage?
Yeah, lobby or whatever, to be part of the part of the pre-concert feast, and also to witness the concert as well. You would know that the concerts generally, Bragi is very much about art being shared. And as such, anyone could go to the amphitheater where this is set up. It is, anyone can go. But these are, there is a number of essentially boxes or booths where he keeps sort of invited guests for premium viewing.
VIPs, if
Yes.
you will.
Question: does Hugo look anything like Lacruin? If we dressed him up like Lacruin and swapped places with Lacruin,
Also,
I'm gonna leave
depending
this
how
up to
racist
Dragyn
is
because-
everyone.
I gave Dragyn a very loose, this is my brother, this is what I know about him. To the point where...
He very much struck me as being he is the one that the idea of being, he's all about it being luxury and being sort of hoity. He's much more of the he fell in love with your father's ideal of nobility at a very young age and took that hook, line, and sinker. So now he's very much the one who's like, okay, this is what I need to exude, and I make these luxury items so I can be invited to these fancy places. Whereas
So he's
Physically.
Gucci and Hugo is Timu.
something like that.
Hey, hey, Jesus Christ! On their motorbike. No.
You guys didn't buy the gun, yet you're still taking shots, Ada. My goodness. You don't even need the
Hugo
gun.
is industrial core.
Yeah.
You tell him to make you something. It's like, oh, I need you to make me a chair. He's going to make you a chair that you can take to war, and it will not have a dent when you come back.
Practicality.
What was it? Yeah. Lacroon is my chemist. Hugo is Chemist Warehouse. Like, it's, you know.
Okay, guys, stop. He's already dead. He's gonna become deader than Eric at this point. Please.
Just have like, he died.
Yeah.
Right there. That's the snippet.
Just like
Fatality.
the Doxa thing. You died.
No, like, it is very much like, stuff that will become apparent as the game goes on. So Lacroon generally, like, if we're talking about, it's like, obviously the other two of you don't know this, but as I described him last time, his hair's slightly more blonde than so Hugo's, I imagine, being, from at least from the artwork and from what I've described, is very, very red. Like, it's very much that, you know, closer,
red.
like, yeah, into the actual red. Like, it's not, you know, this sort of light orange anymore. It's getting into, you know, more of a actual deeper red.
So if you want to cosplay him, red.
Red.
Reddish orange hair. Auburn. Very bright auburn.
Red.
Yeah, Auburn. What was it? Lacroon's much more goes into that lighter, almost like red gold, like honey, like just beyond the point of honey blonde to like starting to get into that like orange, red sort of color.
Shiny.
Yeah, he very pretty.
He uses conditioner.
Yeah.
And showers regularly.
And plucks his eyebrows.
This is just the episode where Hugo's gonna have tan skin by
I'm
the end
glad
of
it's
this
not
because
me
he's getting
for once.
roasted.
You know the story, like the old stories, the Vikings going over to England and people were upset because they were prettier and bathed regularly. Like, pretty much.
Hey, I bathe. I have my own bath.
I showered
It's
this month,
luxury.
you bastard.
Got copper coils going around the entire thing.
So, to start off our session, Eric, this fog hangs over you as you feel your eyelids almost like peel apart and open. It is if your brain and every single one of your teeth are wearing fuzzy socks. And as you roll over, there is this, like, not so much ache, but there is a lethargy to your entire body that is just like, not only am I like heavily, you know, coming down off adrenaline, essentially, but I have been just dropped on top of my bed and left here for about 12 hours.
Explains the back pain.
I tucked him in. Thank you very much.
That's the
Just put his leg in
funny
a weird
bit. Like,
position
I'm just
so
like
it'll
been
get numb.
stuck, and it's just like, he tucked me in too well. Help.
I bolted the sheets down.
Yeah. So you rise from your bed, and you've been tucked in your bed with your surgery off to the side. the morning sun shining through the window, not onto you, but into your surgery. Outside you can hear just like the hustle and bustle of people going about their morning routine.
This is why I don't get hooked on my own shit. Oh, fuck. Why'd I do that? That was stupid. You've done this before, Eric. You never learn. You never fucking learn. He immediately gets up and like tries to like get a pot of coffee just going, and just like as he's just walking through, he just goes. You just hear cracking as if every vertebrae is just cracking, like separating from his back, and he just has a look around, just like, how long have I been bloody asleep? Jeez. I try to look around for a note to see if Ada or Hugo have like left a note, because I feel like he would think it's like they might have left me a note of where they were going, what they're up to.
I left a note.
Oh yeah, what did it say?
Where is it?
It's drink me, you'll feel better, on top of an amber liquid in a little sealed bottle.
Ada has left a note next to it say, don't drink that.
Well, now I'm just...
I can provide no further information, just don't drink it.
I would hate to, like, quote a horrible movie, but I'm just imagining the terrible, terrible film scene from the Dragon Ball live action, where he gets up out of bed, it's just crack, 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 crack.
Pretty much, yeah. He picks up the thing, just looking at the two notes, just like, well, that's just mixed signals if I've ever seen them.
Who do you trust?
Neither.
I don't trust either of you.
I'm going to write down what I would have put in it. I can't change an answer later.
I'm just saying it's... I'll unscrew it and take a whiff and see what it is.
Cool. Can you roll me?
I will try to use brewing as one of my skills.
Hugo, can you message me what is it?
I will do that. I will.
Ooh. Stunty points. 3. Sick.
I figure it out faster. Yeah, stunt points.
I'm smart, people. I know. Shocking.
Okay.
That is a 9.
A 9.
Yep.
You taking the lid off this and a whiff of it. Picking it up, like the first thing you gather is as you pick it up, you notice that it's obviously been sitting here for a while. The jar is stone cold. But as you pick it up and almost as you pop the top off and like look at it, you see that around the top, like above where the liquid is, there is condensation inside the jar.
So it was hot at some point.
As you smell it, there is a slightly herbal, not entirely herbal, but definitely moving in that direction smell. Slightly sort of earthy, and also there is a like a sweet, almost floral smell around it as well. There does not appear to be anything, as far as you can tell, that is any sort of chemical or there's no sort of chemical or like alchemical solution to this.
I love how it's like no alchemical solution. Just got to make that clear because it's Hugo.
You also, I will say, just because definitely where my word with. This does not in any way smell of piss.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's what I was thinking about. It's like, did Hugo pee in a jar and give it to me?
It is like, and I think that's the main thing is like, it is more in
It
the
smells
sense,
herbal.
it is more in the sense here that like, I imagine there are like a number of, like, especially with Hugo, there are a number of checklists that your brain has run through of like, is it, like, sort of sitting there going like, is it piss? No. Is it a laxative? No. Is it some sort of adrenaline or something like that?
Yeah, he's
No.
literally like checking his bottles like, what else is the fucker touched?
Yeah. The trouble
like,
is
no,
in
that's all good.
this,
It's
I think
fine,
the main
fine.
trouble in this stage is as you're smelling it, you're not, it's almost like there are no real, there aren't really any details for you to grab. There's not a lot of smells going on here. But there are these two very sort of subtle and not very strong scents, which are this sort of slightly herbal, earthy smell and what is like this sort of floral sweetness to it.
Okay. Yeah, I will do one, I will kind of acknowledge both of their things. I'll drink half.
Drink half, cool.
I'll drink half, so I didn't fully drink it, but I also drank it.
I would say you'd recognize. I'd say at the taste you'd recognize the taste of Earl Grey tea and honey.
Oh, just keeps drinking it. Pleasantly surprised. Didn't even know he knew what tea was. Interesting. I thought he drank motor oil for a living.
I mean, I'll tell you what, people. You can use Monster Energy to clear up any kind of grease stain. Monster Energy drinks are a perfect degreaser on a metal bench. It'll also prevent rust.
Oh God, I'm gonna do that with the kids at school. The kids at my school are like obsessed with Monster Energy, and I'm just gonna walk around like fill it up in like a spray bottle and start cleaning stuff with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, so you down this tea and yeah, it's just seems to be a fairly calm morning at the moment.
Yeah. I feel
You
like
take psychic damage from Hugo's joy and nice. Doesn't do the unexpected nature.
what is that? It's happiness. I don't know what it is, but I hate it.
It's like someone cares about me.
The power of friendship hurts.
The Grinch's heart scene from the
Help
Jim Carrey
me.
Grinch.
I feeling.
And I'm leaking.
No, that's just drool. I'm okay.
As you sort of like are preparing, like, you know, sort of imagine just sitting in this moment, just trying to figure out how long you've been out and what's been going on. There is just a knock at your door.
He's probably going to assume it's a patient and quickly pop up, considering, again, he's been asleep. Who knows who could have came by and knocked on his door. So,
Do you have bedhead?
absolutely. He is like trying to quickly smooth it out, but
Yeah. It's like,
yeah, there's like a cow lick up here.
yeah.
Something else is sticking out over here.
It's like my cat when you can tell by her fur that she's been sleeping for a very long time on one cheek because that side's just flat.
Yep. So yeah, Eric would answer the door quickly and promptly. There's a patient that is needed.
You open the door. There are two figures standing at the door. One is someone who I have described before to you. This is Sigrun is standing there. This sort of half Jotun, half human woman, sort of like standing like side onto the door, like looking out over the harbor. Turns around to look at you as the door opens. The other one you have seen before, and I've realized that I failed to put it into any of the previous scenes. I apologize.
It's cool. He just forgot.
It happens quite a lot more than you'd reckon.
He was actually just looking at shoes at this time.
You see standing, like sitting next to her, this even but even next to her is a very large dog. It is it is pitch black, like entirely from nose to claws. It is pitch black. Looks sort of has that like Mastiff Rottweiler build to it, except for across the back of its neck and shoulders has that sort of like mane of long, wiry, like Irish wolfhound fur. You of course like would recognize this is Scuggy, who is
The Doge.
Yeah, he is Sigurd's dog. You've as far as you have known Sigrid and where she is, he is not far away. You would also know, like, after seeing around him, like, I don't know exactly how much Eric would be interested or care, but you would know that, or at least be wary that Scuggy seems a lot more intelligent than any dog that you've encountered before. Like, in many ways, it's like the main thing that you pick up on, I will say, as it came up in the last session, Sigrun talks to Scuggy like he is a person. She does not give him commands. She asks him questions or asks him to do things. It is not like a sit, stay. She'll turn around and be like, hey, can you go and do this? And he will get up and seemingly do it with at least a very high level of accuracy.
Smart dog.
That's
very,
husband
very
material.
The other thing, you know this reference as well. Another thing for like visual size and stuff like that. Think also like Mabari from Dragon Age. Like that sort of like the similar sort of style of dog. Sigrid sort of turns to look at you and it's just like, oh, I didn't mean to wake you.
I've been up for a bit. Would you like to come in?
Yes, thank you. She turns and just like, essentially just waves a hand in front of Scuggy as he, just sort of plods in, makes his way around to a corner and just curls up and sits down, his paws
As he
crossed.
like walks in, it's just like, morning, Scuggy. Scuggy, your fur is looking pristine today.
Gives a sort of like response and then just goes and sits in the corner. Sigrun makes her way into the room, like settles down on one of the chairs by the table. Speaking of dogs.
Pet that
Eric.
dog.
Eric would immediately like make her a cup of coffee and just set it next to her.
She sort of like gives you a nod and then goes, so you see she sort of almost like, you see she tries to approach the situation as you've seen her do 1,000 times before, almost like try to make small talk, as she's kind of aware that that's normally the way to do things, but then quickly sort of just goes, I'm interested in what's been happening for the last few days and your take on it.
You and me both. Ugh.
I spoke to Ulf last night. He explained something in the warehouse areas and the crowbar. I'm interested in what your take on it is.
Well, the good news is the Razor Runners seem to have lost control of their own men. Even the head honcho didn't even know it was happening. Apparently they left for a while and he never heard back from them, and he barely knew what happened.
I see. And, from what I understand, and from what has been brought back to my attention, it sounds like Ulf made a bit of a mess at the crowbar.
Well, you send in a hammer does what it does.
Yes. I can't help but feel that Khan had something to do with that.
He
but-
most definitely had something to do with that.
Excellent. I will have a word with him and ensure that any damages are covered with the crowbar. We can't have bad blood in our city now.
Better to not fight each other, rather when we have something else that wants to potentially kill us or the people of this town.
Exactly. I wanted to ask you specifically about something I heard regarding a certain proprietor within the crowbar. Woman by the name of Morrigan.
I think we definitely cross paths. Whatever.
I would like to know what the current standing is with this woman and your crew. You see, she sort of like struggles with the word for a moment as she's like, you know, very much in that, and she says it very much in the way of like, whatever the four of you are.
Yeah, friendship sounds a bit odd. We seem to have an understanding with her. She doesn't want things to be let out, and well, the other two gave their word. I did no such thing.
Very well. If there is going to be any future dealings, or there any further instigations with this woman, I would like to be informed as soon as possible.
Always. I was gonna let you know later. It's like they may be loyal to her, or at least have an understanding. I'm loyal to the family.
Good. She sort of taps the table for a moment, then stands up, takes from her pocket, takes a bag out of her pocket, like small purse out of her pocket, and jingles it, hands it over to you. It contains, as you like take it out, you know it contains about 30 silver pieces. As she sort of looks at her, as you know, she hands her and says, we all take care of our own, and it's all business. And I'm glad you're still with us.
Always.
Well, keep me apprised of this crazed razor runner situation as well. Sounds dangerous.
I think before I took let's call it a surprise nap
Hmm.
for now. I heard some type of lead that we can follow up on. I'll speak to Ada and Hugo as soon as I can. See if we can learn anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm convinced, whatever it is, it's involved with this murder that happened on the upper side.
There's any way that I can help, let me know.
If you can see a human man, blonde, shortcut, walks like that odd kid Ada has, Radasock, I think his name is.
Oh yes, the one who walks like he shit himself because he's carrying a bunch of knives.
Pretty much. We're fairly certain he left the exact same time the merchant kid did. Seemed like the type that would brutally murder and torture someone in a bathtub. So, anyone that matches that description, potentially keep an eye on them.
Apart from the height and the hair, I would have said Khan, but there you go.
Mm.
Very well. I'll inform the others. We'll keep an eye out. She turns, looks at us like, Scuggy, we're leaving. As Scuggy's like head comes up in his name and then hops up from where he is and plods out after Sigrun as she makes her way out the room.
Always a pleasure, Scuggy. You see a smile just twitch on Eric's face.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you are left.
I feel before he goes out, he would probably go into the back, just light an incense for just good fortune that day, because in these times he feels like he needs it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would probably head out looking for his compadres, the people that make fun of him for being skinny and depressed. His bullies? No. No. There's a word for them, he just doesn't know it yet.
Cool.
I don't think it can be defined.
Cool. So, across the way, as you leave the place, Hugo, you awaken, still covered in flour. Because I don't believe you cleaned yourself. You just
Didn't even
went to
wash
sleep.
it. So.
Nah, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not sweating tonight.
Mhm.
If anything, it's like baby powder.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like baking.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
So I blow both my nostrils out, and it's just huge chunks of flour.
Yeah. It's dough at this point. Like it's not. Like...
You did want to do some baking.
Oh.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I've
go...
made myself gag there.
It's like Shrek with
Good
the
job.
impact candle.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's just turning into Shrek.
I am no. I'm much more refined. Flour in the nose.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing he's going to do is have a shower.
Cool.
Yep. You just see him walk to the edge of. If anyone knows what they are, there's certain sections of a warehouse where you have things to wash out your eyes in case you get chemicals in them.
Mm-hmm.
And other such things like that. It's very much a pull a metal lever and a bunch of water starts dripping down and then just something sprays him directly in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Just pressure hoses his face.
He's just got a fire hose like attached.
Yeah, essentially it's a fire hose with a sprinkling can head attached to the end, but like really solid one.
I can see him just like brushing his teeth, just going "Rah," and just letting it just hydro blast his teeth.
Mhm.
His teeth look amazing.
Yeah.
The pressure of the shower is just like all the multiple little digits is just like you see them pressing down on his skin like.
Sounds like a very therapeutic shower, actually.
Yeah. After that, he is going to go over this air filter one more time just to make sure his brother hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Not that he thinks he has the
roll-
technical know-how to do it, but he's going to double check anyway.
Roll. No, you rolled. I feel like you rolled fairly different.
I think I rolled last session, I think. But if anyone would like to go and watch the last episode, you can correct me on that.
Yeah, no, looking it over again, it does not. I'll say, like, yeah, it genuinely does not appear like the only damage you can find to it is like the scuff marks to it where he has essentially just dropped it onto the table again. Like, it's not anything. It is nothing more. Like, it'll buff out. It's nothing more than just like he's been holding it and just been like, oh, okay, and then just let it go onto the table. It's dropped like a foot and hit the table. Like, it's not. There's nothing that seems to have been messed with. It's you, as I said last time, you genuinely get the sense that he does not know what it is, what it does, so he would not know, other than just straight up breaking it, he would not know how to mess with it.
It gives me comfort knowing that I'm smarter than him. It's like, you see a big grin across his face like that fucking dumbass. Fucking drongo. And then he's going to chuck on all his gear and box up this air filter and take it out to whatever equates to the post office around here.
Mm-hmm.
Or a courier gives him the address of the commissioned person, like the person who commissioned it.
Mm-hmm. So you know that there is what is generally around here known as the trading post. You know it because on one side it is, you know it specifically mainly through your connections with, Eric. You know it mainly because yes, it is sort of the sorting house for a lot of the trade, the like official organized trade and post within Vartengard. However, you also know that deep down within this, there is also Sigrun's office is there. Like, this is essentially the idea that the day, it is generally, as far as you're concerned, and as far as a lot of people are concerned, the day that Sigrun got a foothold in the trading post was the day that the Varg took over Vartengard. Like, it was the, like, so
A
they
finger
now,
in every pie.
pretty much, yeah. You're not sure with the idea of how, also, like, you're not sure in the idea of, like, how, with how well known that fact is through most of the town, how it's still allowed, but no one seems to bother with it.
I ain't gonna question it. Bless you. Yeah, so he's just gonna dress up, take it to the trading post. He's got other things he needs to work on, and after that, I think he's gonna probably go to Ada.
Sorry, did you say dress up?
Oh, he's gonna wear clothes.
Oh,
when he
I mean,
leaves
so
the
you
house.
say you mean like get dressed? Like, I'm just sitting there going like, I need to know what dressed up looks like.
You know what? His brother's in town. He is gonna dress up fancy.
He puts on his like extra nice jacket that only has 5 stains.
It has no stains, and it is black leather with copper finishes on, like the trim and around the collar, little like triangle pieces. Definitely not something that you would worry about it being like, okay, if it gets a scuff here or there, but it's like it's a nice outing jacket. Plus, he's going to the trading post, so he's wanting to look good in case someone notices him and recognizes him.
Ooh, fancy.
Sorry, very real quick. I'm just gonna break my main rule for a moment. Hex and Muse, thank you very much for the raid. Raids, very kind. Thank you all.
Guys,
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
Back to the game.
Yeah.
Cool. So you dress up in your finest, cleanest clothes, and preparing, sort of like getting ready and spritzing yourself
my
up as
goggles.
much as you can. Yeah, goggles nice and clean.
Presses a
I will
button, it's like,
say, can you, because you have it, can you give me an etiquette roll as you are
Okay.
like?
Okay.
Okay.
That is a math etiquette. Hold on. Now, please forgive me for asking again. But for the audience, etiquette, is that based off your communication score?
It's a communication,
Or is it just a flat +2?
no. So it'd be it's under communication, yeah.
Yep.
So yes, it would be your communicate. It'd be the 3d6 plus communication +2 if you have the etiquette, which I'm pretty sure you do.
Sweet. So that would be 9, 11, plus 5, 16.
16, cool. Yeah, you like taking out like sort of your finer clothes, not so much your work clothes.
My
clean up your
clothes.
You clean up your goggles. Sort of like polish up the brass rims and the glass, or like have them positioned nicely on your head. Fix up your braids.
Off a wheel, just going.
Yeah.
You're going all out today, guys.
Yeah, you're looking like anyone that didn't know you would sort of probably not think twice, but anyone that knows you is like, why you fancy?
All my hair is braided up in two single like thin ones and one thick one going down my back.
Yeah.
French braid together at the back.
You look
I'm looking
as
fancy.
I feel like it's that sort of point of like it's almost in that sense of like you look as fancy as your defiant pride allows.
Yeah.
Like, so it's very much like you still to any noble you would still look rough, but to the people around, to a lot of the people in sort of this area, they'd be like, oh, you're clean, sort of like
He makes Eric look like trash.
On a daily basis.
How dare you?
Cool. So you make your way out towards the trading post.
Yep.
Heading over in that direction, you very quickly see it's a very large, like almost warehouse building. Where did I put?
We're unlocking a new location on the map, people.
Unlocking a new location on the map here.
Anyone, if you're doing a wiki, please note this down.
No one's been to the trading post before. So that was going through.
I like the idea that after the trading post, he just forgets that he's wearing a fancy outfit and goes straight to Ada before changing into his shitty clothes again.
So you make your way across town towards just sort of further in from the harbor. It's a few blocks, or like just like a block from the Drunken Draka. You see this sort of large, old, fairly like solid square warehouse building. It's sort of old, weathered timber, but has been kept fairly like clean and well kept. As entering through the front, it's an absolute bustle inside. There's like various long tables and benches and kiosks of people sort of serving like taking payments and passing out different post pieces and all that sort of stuff. These long tables run the length of the room. Some various boxes and sort of what do you call it, like crates on them and stuff like that. You see at the far end of the room, there's a large service desk and a stairwell that leads further down. At the front of at this service desk, amongst a few other people, you see a stout and sturdy-looking figure. Is a dwarf. His long blonde hair that seems like graying in streaks is pulled back in this thick braid. His quite sort of like broad and large beard has been trimmed into quite a refined point. His clothing, while simple, is sort of obviously shows someone of sort of a slightly higher stature and position. He's got this long vest and a leather harness that holds various sort of tools and like different like sort of stationery and like magnifying glasses and these things like that.
I'm imagining a fantasy office works guy.
Something like that, yeah. He's got a pair of of pince-nez that sort of sit on the end of his nose, and you can see what appears to be basically what you imagine looks like it is a permanent vein in the side of his head. Like he is, like it is a slightly darkened sort of vein to the point that you imagine it is now just firmly in that position. Like he has been that stressed for that long.
I think bro needs some tea. I'm going to walk slowly past everyone in a steady pace with my shoulders back and my chin just a little bit too high.
Yeah, like as you go forward, as you proceed onwards, I'll say, as you're walking through, you notice that no one seems to be no one seems to almost notice you. Like there's a few people who will wander past, stumble past, be like, oh, excuse me, behind you, and they're just wandering past you carrying different boxes and crates and packets of mail and bags and stuff like that.
Low looking.
You get the feeling almost that sort of, as even though you're wandering around people who you gather really do not care that you're there, you get the sense, that sort of tingly, prickly feeling on your neck that you are being watched.
I am going to, as the next time someone bumps into me, I'm going to look at them as they walk off, and then I'm going to take that opportunity to take going around the same direction, a quick survey as I'm turning back around to continue walking slowly to the point. Making it look like he just ran into me, looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
Does the whole loop,
cool.
And then continues walking.
Can you roll me a perception check, please?
Oh, goodly. Okay. 12.
Turning around you,
With a 4 on the stunt dice.
Scan the room around you, and doesn't, as far as you can see, there's no one looking at you.
I am going to be slightly perturbed, thinking they're either someone who I can't see, which is even more worrying, or someone spiked my coffee this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And if so, why is this the only effect I'm feeling? And I continue walking.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But a little wary that someone is there, so I'm going to quicken my pace a tiny bit, make it look like I'm anxious, hoping that if someone was to do something, it would be while they think they've got me in an anxious mood.
Mm-hmm. You quicken your pace, heading up towards the main desk, and stopping in front of the things. The dwarf in front of you is got this large book open in front of him and is sort of running through, and every so often makes a little sort of note or adjustment. Does not seem to he does not look up, but he just gives a
I put the box on front, I hand in the paperwork, I put forward does your world have stamps?
Yeah, you would have wax seals, essentially.
I put forth the information for the wax seals, and it's addresses on the paper.
Mm-hmm. What are you sending?
The air filter, as just a background commission.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so he, as you put the box up, he sort of, gestures with his hand, and one of the, clerks next to him essentially takes the box and puts it to the side, and then takes the paperwork as you hand it over and holds it up to him as he takes it, and almost his other hand still writing in the book, takes it and looks at it. She's yeah, 10. Essentially, with a few hack silver, that box is sent off. She takes it, like pushes it off to the side, and it's placed onto a trolley next to the desk. And she's the sort of this young woman next to him is just sort of gives you a smile and like a bow. It's like, thank you. Was there anything else?
That is all, miss. That is all, miss. Thank you very much. And I turn around and walk away. Sorry, did you say? Sorry, I might have been the only one, but you seemed to cut out a little bit there. Did you say 10 hack silver?
Yeah, but it's like he says 10, and then you like generally. So this is something I also realized that I hadn't brought up. Thank you. So there is. I will say there is still. I've decided to change my mind about it. There is silver and gold, so silver and gold are still a thing. Hack silver is my replacement for copper. Because it's more like true to being true to like Viking Age stuff. It's also in my mind if I say something is hack silver, don't worry about it. I consider it just like the idea of copper to me in a TTRPG, like anything that's worth copper is I'm not tracking that. I don't care. So if it's copper, because most of the time, the only times I'm going to ask you for copper would be for meals or lodging, and I don't care.
Also, only if we are cannon broke.
Like if I like in any situation that I'd be like, you can't afford it, it'd be points like, yes, you have. I'm like, you have had all of your money taken. You have no money. You can afford nothing.
Damn it, Ada!
And of course, the only time that anything on top of that I would take would be, say like if you were to turn and be like, well, I want a really nice bottle of something, or a really nice meal, or a really nice room. Then I'm gonna be like, cool, that's gold and silver. Like that's not that's not hack silver anymore. If you just want, a place to stay, it's like, cool, it's gonna be a few hack silver a night, and I really don't care. So
you're saying copper's not important in this world? This precious soft metal that's really good at conducting electricity.
Well, yeah, it'd be used for like that's the idea is it would be used for that, not currency.
I like that.
Makes sense.
So yeah.
But yep, I hand him a stack of 10 copper, and it's like, that is all, miss. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. And I turn around and walk out.
I love that I just did that whole explanation how I use hack silver, not copper, and then you paid him in copper.
Okay, hold on.
So
15
she just running
years
after him.
of TTRPGs with copper.
Yeah,
it's gonna take a minute to change it over.
She's just running after him. Sir, this is currency.
Hack
Sir.
silver, there you go.
Sir, you have given me your wire reserves.
This is just.
It's like, hold on.
This is just steel wool.
Clip. Here's some copper. There you go.
So Barry's like the thing is sent off, and you turn around and make your way out. Was there anything else?
My money to come in the mail.
Was there anything else you wanted to do while you were there?
While I'm there, what is?
Was there anything else you wanted to do?
Yes, I would like to go see Ada.
Cool.
Actually, I'm going to pick up coffee for Ada and Eric and Ulf.
Okay.
I don't know how to feel about this kindness thing. I don't know what to do with it, and I think I want it to stop. I don't know what it is. Help.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's happened yet.
So you're heading over to Ada's hideout?
Where I would think she would be sleeping.
Okay. Now that begs the question of, does Ada share her private quarters? No. So the only place that you would know for Ada would be Ada's hideout at this stage.
I'm just going to head to Eric's then.
Okay.
Yeah. Too much effort, and I don't want all the ladies hitting on me.
It's hard being
double the price.
It's hard being a short king.
He's very handsome today.
Cool. Well, where was where...
I feel like eventually Ada's going to end up at Eric's anyway, so I'll just be like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my place like the hangout spot? Like it's clearly not.
So I guess the question there was also, where was Eric headed on his way out?
I feel like he was gonna go to Ada, but I feel like he'd open the door and he would just see Hugo, and it's just like, it's like, do you have
Vanilla,
coffee?
2 sugars. Have you seen Ada?
Not yet. And just takes the coffee, walks straight
Cool.
back in.
So
I
the
walk
two
in.
of you head back inside and settle in. Ada, you awaken over in your personal hideout.
I feel like she just rises like a Dracula.
Sacrifices.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
I think you're muted, or we can't hear you. Someone on with their headset, maybe?
No, she's got a microphone. She should, if anything, she wouldn't be able to hear us. So.
I just realized I muted myself. I think she needs to sacrifice someone to speak.
Alright. It's not gonna be me. Can we... Oh, the cat's gone.
I mean,
I kid. I kid. Guys, don't kill me. I love that cat.
I don't kid. Here, throw this at it.
Hello.
There she is.
There's the...
There I am.
There's the Ada we love.
Legal reasons, that was a joke.
For legal reasons.
For legal reasons.
Yeah. So,
Ada gets up in the morning and does her little rituals to her 3 different altars that she has. And this morning she gets dressed, and it doesn't, like, in the way that Hugo put a lot of effort into looking extra nice today, Ada is doing this very strange thing, if you knew her, in that she is actually trying to look extra nice, but she is unconsciously doing it. Like, she doesn't realize
Like, she
she's
does it, but
dressing
it's
herself up a
flawless.
little bit.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, she's like, yeah, she just thinks she's getting ready for the day, but there's something subconscious of her that's like picking out the extra nice thing, doing the little extra thing.
Her
And she
default is like Hugo's 110 efforts.
Hey, yo! I would like to just reinforce the fact that we're both looking fine as fuck, and you're looking like bedhead shit.
What's the...
Yeah, I have not changed at all. I still have like a really wrinkly shirt, a little bit of blood. It's just like, what?
What's the Hilltop Hoods line? I'm gonna do your best, but it's still not good enough. Sorry. Anyway, proceed.
And she looks out her window from her upper room, and she sees one of her guys out the front, and then purposely goes out the back door to avoid them.
Okay.
And in this kind of like, you know, those one shots where people are like moving through outer space, she kind of like starts going down to the docks and kind of like effortlessly kind of like is moving from boat to boat to get to somewhere specific. It's like a path that is very well practiced for her. And
Casual
she ends just casual parkour, and maybe sometimes it actually feels like the sea kind of just goes like this a little bit occasionally when she moves from one boat to the other, where she probably would have missed it, but something seems to, like, the wave just kind of goes and she ends up at a very unassuming boat that looks like it hasn't moved in years and years and years and years and years. But instead of boarding it the normal way, because she's obnoxious, she kind of like climbs up some of the ropes, and she knows where like one of the like the top vents are that is kept kind of open. That's just like a top thing. And then she just kind of like goes
Boom.
And goes inside of it and like lands behind the owner of the boat. And then there's just like, hi.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Good.
I'm just
Good.
imagining like Mr. Bean when he's in the parkour chase and the guy's jumping over stuff and he's like a door. And then with the background music of I am Moana.
Mm-hmm. So you approach this boat. You know this boat, and all of you, yes, would know this boat. Essentially, it is like a fairly sturdy metal rig, or at least like the hull and the body of it have been heavily reinforced with metal. It is a what has essentially been built, this almost like ramshackled houseboat. That is this sort of just like, which almost looks like sort of this square, or like mostly square iron block that has been almost like bolted down on the top of a ship, or like this small like tugboat looking sort of thing. There is it is also for reasons that you may or may not know, or may not care about, it is almost permanently moored to the harbor. Like, it is, there are boats here that come and go, there are ships that things, this one has been almost like lashed to the pier. And it has not moved for as long as you can remember. As you like approach the boat, stepping up over the hatch, you sort of put one foot out, and as you commit to like fully, you hear inside this sort of, hang on, no, that should have worked. What is it? And then there's this sort of like low muttering, sort of like pensive, sort of verbal thought process going on inside. As you fall in, you hit the deck and just go, hi, as you turn and see these like large, like hazel eyes, like wide hazel eyes turn to look at you and just go, ah! And then there is suddenly just a bright spark and a poof! And you see blackness. Like, there is just abyssal blackness as you feel this slightly warm and granular wind just throughout the boat, and suddenly you are coughing. You are like struggling to breathe as you and you hear in the boat, it's like within this cloud within the boat, you hear this as there is suddenly like this banging on the side of the ship, and there is suddenly light through this haze of like granular smoke in front of you as you make your way out onto the dock. There is this plume of soot from inside. In front of you, completely soot stained, like Merry Pippin in the fireworks scene of Lord of the Rings, just like the blast across the face and down the front of her. You see Saga. This is a human woman, sort of long brown hair tied back under a faded bandana that has a pair of goggles strapped. Well, actually, they're on her eyes at the moment. She's wearing like these like quite thick, heavy overalls that seem too big for her. And sort of a sort of like fairly fitted like black tunic over the top of it. She's like waving. What are you doing?
I came to say hi.
Mm-hmm.
And your fit is ruined.
Looking down, you are also covered in soot. Like,
And yet somehow she can potentially rock it. It's enough now.
It's fine. I needed to exfoliate this week. It's fine. It's fine.
So Saga sort of takes a moment and like controls her breathing as she lifts up her goggles on to like rest them on top of her bandana. There is like a prominent outline of like clean skin, like relatively clean skin, as she wipes, sort of away, and it's just like, hi,
What experiment am I wearing today?
It was a new power source. I almost had it, I think. But well, it's back to the drawing board, I guess. Yes, is everything all right? I swear I locked that. But anyway.
You always say you do, but you always leave it open for me.
I guess.
Stop rizzing up every woman you meet, Ada.
She can't help it. The woman's got like powder and goggles and the blackface that is.
This woman says hello when it's flirting.
Mm-hmm.
Ada, like, again, like, unconsciously more than she would normally, tries to, like, put herself back together again in, like, what almost seems for Ada insanely awkward for her. And she's like, I wanted to see how you were doing with the festival, like, if you'd met anybody interesting who's been able to assist you in learning some new of that nerd's explodey cool stuff that you do. Also check that you'd touched grass in the last week.
Oh, of course. And she points to, like, there is a section of the, like, right at the edge where essentially the pier meets the land, essentially, like where the pier is, like, you know, sort of staked into the land. Near one of the poles, there is, like, this small thing of, like, dandelion weeds that has sprouted out, which you can see there's a few, like, black marks on it.
You can just see a good handprint on like a flower, as if someone just grabbed it.
Touched it. That's great. She literally touched grass. Okay.
I mean, that's what you said, right? At least that's what you said last time.
It's just a general, you know, term of getting
Oh.
outside.
Oh, I misunderstood it again. Okay, yeah, I'll try to keep up with the thing. Yes, well, Siegerblood's been good. I from what I saw of it, it's been good. There was I think I heard something about there was a bit of trouble at the Draka. Is Ioana okay? You would know. I believe I briefly introduced her. Ioana is one of the owners and the main, sort of, like,
yes.
believed to be like the front woman for You especially would know.
Yes, I do need to check in with her and see if she was happy with that amazing rescue job of her tavern that I did. Probably should check in on that. Thank you for reminding me. You're always so good at that. Helping me pick up those little things.
Sorry, it'd be Vieira that she's talking about.
Vieira.
Ioana. So you would know that the owners of the Draka are Ioana and Vieira. You know that Ioana is generally much more of the, like, books and business, like, admin, like, runner of the thing. Vieira is very much the face of the Draka. And you very much know there is a reason for that. But yeah.
Did you sell anything? I didn't know if you was going to have a stall this year or you...
Oh, I sold a few things. She turns around and sort of looks over, like, wanders in, and wandering back in, she pulls up the like roller, the sort of like the actual, like, gate door of the side of the thing that opens up into her workshop and her shop. She goes over a few of the pieces on the side, and there are a number of, you know, small gadgets and different piece inventions that she's made. A lot of them being, there's a few of them that she's made to be like water purifiers, and there's a few of them that are different sort of lights or different sort of tools for mining or for working or whatever. And there's a number of them that are essentially like batteries, like they're power sources.
To be clear, Ada has no idea what this woman is talking about. It is so over her head.
Oh,
but
yeah,
she
she-
is literally listening to the lore dump with a really weird, charmed look on her face.
Yeah. She
Her
gets
name
very like you notice. I would say one thing that you notice is that the moment she starts talking about these things, she's just suddenly like, there's any other time with Saga that she almost seems consistently frazzled when talking to people. The moment that she starts describing these different things of like, oh, I took this sort of like component and I attached it to this, and that it makes this the circulating process, and it seems almost suddenly like it's all just sort of flowing for her. It is quite charming. But she sort of turns after a moment and goes like, oh, but yeah, I've sold a few things. It's good.
So, I have come into contact recently with some people who can get me things. Is there anything that you can't get your hands on that you would like to help with your experiments at the moment?
She sort of takes a moment and thinks, and you see, for a moment, it appears like she's going to dismiss the thought. She sort of has that like, and then she turns and looks over her shoulder. She says like,
Tell me.
There's a dwarven crystal. It's like glass. I believe it's called Thunderstone. If you can get me some, that would be wonderful.
I always like watching you build things.
She like once again like looks up and wipes, the soot from her face again. It's like preferably from a distance, I guess.
It watches Ada like literally steps closer to her and goes, doesn't have to be too far away.
You see, as you like, she's sort of like looking away for a moment. As you step closer, her eyes come up to yours, and there is this, like, suddenly, like, even through this like smear of soot, there is just solid crimson under her on her cheeks. She's always like,
She
yeah,
keeps doing it.
Stop stealing them all!
I do
Leave
love that
the lemon.
I do love that I
literal
feel like
notes.
I've just described the perfect woman for
I
for
don't
you, girl.
have her name. I can't remember it. All I have is, oh my god, she's inventive and frazzled equals hot.
Mhm.
Get this woman a dwarven crystal.
I
I don't even know her yet.
I will say, I had an idea for Saga, and
That's her name.
no, I had an idea for Saga, like there was an image that I had in my mind, and I was sort of like, oh, okay, cool, I'll figure that out eventually. And then I saw the Smith from the new Monster Hunter game, and was just immediately like, yeah, that's it. Like that, but a
You guys
little
got
bit
love
more
that.
like awkward and frazzled, and that's her.
Hot.
Yeah, she very, very pretty.
Damn it, Ada.
I will
Cool.
fight you.
Saga like
Oh,
steps
I do
steps
this
back and
one.
is just like, yeah, well, if you're not busy, like, drop back whenever you want.
And you watch as Ada, who would normally in this moment keep pushing, just eases back. Like in this really, again, very un-Ada characteristic, like respectful way. Of like slowly, with this one, and she smiles and goes, "I will put that on the list." I did have a question because just be careful at night around the docks at the moment. Nia and Ada mentions the specific place in the docks where she was affected. Something strange is going on at night down there. Have you noticed anything weird? I mean, this is our city and it is our docks, but have you, when you're smoking your pipe at night outside under the stars, have you noticed anything odd or peculiar?
Not really. Things seem, I don't know, maybe it's just a slow year, but things seem quieter. Like, but not in a calm way. Like, you know, it's that sort of quiet, like people are holding their breath, you know? It's, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I've heard about a few of the fights, like what happened at the Draco. And when I heard something happened down at the warehouse district area. I don't know. But it seems like maybe there's something going on. I don't know what it is, though.
Ada kind of gets this, looks at Saga's batteries. And she goes, "Look, Saga, we know we both have very different versions of intelligence. I'm more street savvy. You are the actual brains. And I don't really understand 100% the things that you make, except I enjoy when they make things go boom, and the things that they power. But have any of your batteries been acting weird at all? Any of the energy been behaving strangely?"
She turns and looks at the batteries in a way that sort of like, for a moment, you think she's sort of like, she's ready to almost like look down and like squint at them in a way that's very sort of like, what are you doing? Sort of thing. Then realizes that she may have misunderstood again. And sort of stops and goes like, no. I mean, apart from, she glances over at the workbench where there is just this like soot explosion on the table. It's like, I mean, that one, but that's not necessarily unexpected. No, they've been all right, I think.
One last thing, and because Ada's a shit and she can't help herself, do you have a shirt that I can borrow?
Oh, and she like almost like goes to like looks at her own shirt. There's like, no,
I'm making the ring right fucking now.
This man, he goes an overwhelming urge. It's just like,
And Ada just like pulls off her shirt and wipes her face with it, and then looks at her with expectation.
Right. And she ducks through. There's essentially like a set of, you know, essentially like saloon doors at the back of the workshop that she just bumps through. And it's like, yep. And she comes back out with this. It's essentially like what you very, very quickly recognize it being it is like a workman's dress shirt. Like it is not what you would call fancy. but it is like the
Like a shirt I would wear if I'd slept over.
pretty much.
Yeah.
It is a very nice plain shirt. She sort of says like, yeah, it should fit you. I think we're about the same size.
You sure you want to check? You think we're about the same size?
I think we're pretty sure. Yeah.
And Ada just puts the shirt on. And then like leaves her shirt on the bench. And then like hoists herself back up through the vent and
bye. Turns around and is like, I gotta. As you like walking away, she turns around and is just like, okay, now I need to figure out how to wash a shirt. Like, as you head over.
That's the sound of a woman that only just washes her laundry by dunking it in the ocean.
Yeah.
And then just shakes it.
Yeah. She is very much of
and
the
like-
mindset of like, it's just going to get dirty again, so why bother? You're headed over towards Eric's?
I think Eric's gonna have a stroke.
She is going to go quickly back to her house to meet that person. And she's going to take the letter from them, the note, and read it and laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to Eric's house. And she's still wearing this like kind of like a trophy shirt, as someone mentioned in the chat.
I have three things.
And wanders down to Eric's.
First thing, the ship. I'm imagining the old war vessel from the Sahara movie with Matthew McConaughey, I believe it is.
Hold on.
Fuck you, Ada.
Naturally. Yeah.
And Eric's
Surprised it
gonna have a
wasn't one.
stroke. Hugo showed up with coffee being nice, dressed all fancy as shit, and Ada's gonna show up wearing a greasy shirt.
Yeah. Like, he's gonna feel like he just woke up in a different world, just like, how long was I asleep?
How's it going, everybody? We hope you're enjoying this episode of Echoes of Ragnarok. Don't forget, episodes are streamed live on Twitch every second Thursday at 8 PM Australian Eastern Time. But on every other Thursday, you can catch me at the same time slot doing some art, playing some games, or just hanging out with all of you to talk about my world of Hymgard. Building the world of Hymgard has been an amazing, albeit challenging journey, and I am so happy that so many of you are just as excited to experience it as I am to share it. If you would like to help support this project along with my content and other creative endeavors, as well as snag yourself some exclusive perks and swag, then don't forget to subscribe at our Ko-fi page and check out our channel partners and affiliates. And a huge thank you to all of my Ko-fi subscribers. You make all of this possible, and I am so grateful. But with that all said, thank you all so much for your support, and let's get back into the action. So you head over towards Eric, Eric's surgery. Arriving a bit after, Eric, you open the door and see, Ada, can you roll me a perception check real quick? Oh, no, Eric, roll me a perception check.
Oh, pardon me. Excuse
Apologies. No, that was...
Excuse me. Wow. Oh, looks like I have a good roll. Excusez-moi. Math, I refuse to do it.
And yet, here we are.
I'm an accountant, I use Excel, don't worry about it. 13.
13. Yeah. Fairly easily, like, you notice Ada looks, looks presentable, looks nice. However, there are definite... What, at first you sort of looked at it like, oh, that's an interesting, like, sort of vibe you're going
She
for
didn't
there.
get all of it.
You suddenly realize that she definitely has smears of soot across and around parts of her face and, like, flecks in her hair.
No, that's a 10.
He just kind of, like, looks at her, looks back at Hugo, looking very nice and dapper, just like,
Sitting there having a cup of tea.
like, Morning.
Morning.
Who the fuck are you?
Nice shirt.
Thanks, it's Saga's. And then she walks inside.
Ah. It's like,
Who?
I will say, like, with how long both of you been here, Hugo would definitely at least know of Saga.
Oh, you're at Saga's.
it's like,
How is she?
"Oh, yeah, nice girl. I think I need to ask her about getting some lights installed.
She's good.
Why not ask me?
You have a tendency to move.
I don't want to
things.
hear it. I am offended. Fuck you.
Good. Be offended.
Sick of this house, and I'm sick
I don't
of
know
you.
why, but in the last 25 minutes, my mood has gone from huppity to I want to stab someone. Are we stabbing someone today?
It'll be
Well.
you in a minute.
Before we do other things, I do need to have a quick chat to Eric about some information that I have received in pertinence specifically to them.
This should be interesting.
So I have a business deal I want to talk to you about.
Oh god, here we go.
So, you know how we had that whole thing with the massive crowd of people at the Drunken Draco?
Yes.
And a whole bunch of people were chanting your name as the Earl of Gout.
Yes.
So, my girls keep getting requests from some of the high-end people in town who do suffer quite a lot from gout. For the specialty skills of the elixir that belongs to the Earl of Gout. So, I have a distribution chain already set up. Is there something that you can make that kind of does the job but doesn't actually have to?
Off. He's just like,
There's money on the table.
Earl of Gout. Earl of Gout.
The high.
Earl of Gout me one more time, and you're going to get one, get some or something. I'll
Eric,
send you something.
The people
You're
of
becoming famous.
Komuna riddled with gout.
I don't want to be famous. I never want to be famous. Who wants to be famous?
It's too bad they've already done 3 rewrites of the song I originated with, and I heard it being sung by some people coming into town from camping on the trade route.
Look,
It's
all
out
we
the
need
trade
to
routes
do-
already.
Yeah. We just stick a sticker on it that says Elixir of the Earl of Gout. It doesn't even have to say Eric on it.
What am I, a charlatan?
Kind.
Hey, I'm saying it works a little. Get someone that works a little. They are demanding your skills, Eric.
A cure-all for gout elixir by the Earl of Gout.
Need to get you a tan suit and a bolo tie.
It's like I'm a doctor, for goodness sakes, not a
Yes!
show pony.
Do doctor stuff then, mate.
This is doctor stuff. You don't have to be poor, Eric. This is a choice.
You're the only one out of all of us that is poor, except for Ulf, but he's muscle. He's fine. He can make money.
I'm not poor. I own my own shop. I have a surgery. I have a bed.
Then why
in
do
the
you
back and
dress
I'm
like
fed.
that?
What do you mean?
Why do you look like that?
What's wrong with the way I dress?
Why do we have to buy everything?
Because I don't want to
You're
pay for anything.
poor.
I'm not poor. I'm
And from
stingy.
what we've
There's a
seen,
difference.
you can't even get the proper mixtures right on your drugs.
Because you said to us that would put them to sleep. That you didn't say they would go
Listen,
hyperactive.
Listen here, you well-dressed little shit. Shit, I
You
know it was
noticed.
you.
You noticed. Thank you.
It's like, I know it was you. I can't fucking prove it, but I fucking know it was you. You touch any
Look.
of my shit again, I'm going to surgically remove your hands.
Look, I could have talked just directly to Sigrid and she would have taken a bigger cut. I'm just saying. Get your cash.
Which part? How far?
Don't fucking tempt
But honestly, how far? Logistical question.
me. He's just gonna grab a book and slam it on his head.
I mean,
How much are we talking?
It's rich people.
snake
I can
oil
charge
syrup.
them, and they really hate gout because it stops them from being able to keep drinking.
Well, that's because they have a poor diet and drink like fishes. I mean, that's why they have gout. Gout. I don't fucking know. And they also drink it off their fat asses.
Yes.
Like he's already like flipping to a page to gout and starting to look at it. Just like.
And what I'm thinking is, we don't actually have to make a lot of bottles. We just make a few bottles and create a scarcity issue.
Yeah, scarcity drives demand. Therefore, you can charge a higher price.
And now we have the razor runners who can do the storage in the warehouse, run the whole chain for you. You don't even have to touch it. Just give us a recipe and I'll make it for you.
Yeah, and that's how people end up tampering with it, putting in motor oil, and that's how more people wind up in my door, and then I don't have
And make
get
more money.
sleep. No, I'm a doctor, so I can help heal people, not make people sicker, so then I can
Right.
treat them.
So I'm hearing you'll think about it. We'll put a pin in that, and we'll circle back round to when you stick of being poor.
I'm not poor.
I figured it out.
What?
Center forearm. If you were to cut off my arm, I prefer it was like 2/3 of the way up, so I could have center forearm. I have enough tendons I could shave off another 2 inches, and then I could connect my tendons to some hypermobile, probably elastic. I'd have to have a separate chamber for where they connect, so that the moisture wouldn't ruin the tendons and make them brittle. But I could connect them to metal. I wouldn't be able to twist my arm properly, but I could still move my hand.
Fantastic. I'm gonna go 2 inches shorter than that. Give me 1
I
second.
can make that
Nate.
work. Then I could have it. I would have less forearm
He
muscle, but then I-
goes into the back, and you can just hear bottles rustling around, and like you hear like some boxes being moved, and eventually you hear like a metal tang, and it's like shit, fuck. And then he just comes out like with a bottle. It looks a bit dusty, and he's just like, one of my, it's like, gout's not exactly a thing in this town, considering there's not many nobles here, but I think this could potentially do in a pinch. And I just,
Fantastic. I'll go test it on some drunks in the taverns first and make sure it's all good. And then, if something goes wrong, it's just those people.
are you doubting my skills?
Make sure you test it on different species to make sure there's not going to be any after effects. We need a wide basis for this.
Make sure you document it, if anything.
Awesome. Thanks. That's, the business I wanted to do. Other than that, there seems to be this weird spirit that's making people attack people in the dock. It's weird. I don't know why.
I'm sorry, can you circle back with that? A spirit.
Ghosts?
Vibe.
Guards? Ghouls?
A vibe. The vibe is killing people.
Well,
My
it's
God,
like
how much
it's
drugs
Marlboro.
I consume.
So is it a ghost or a vibe?
Well, I don't know, right? So I
Are
went
people being
down.
possessed, or are people getting high really badly?
If that is, it's not my fault.
Are we sure about that?
We're
After
very
the-
sure about that.
After someone went through all the emotions they possibly could in their body before they collapsed, and you went home, I went down to the wharfs because I was like, that how the razor runners had like disappeared, and then but he last saw them down there. So I went down there, and I was just, minding my business, walking the docks in the area near some of the bars.
Doubtful, but go on.
And this massive fight started out. And now I know what you're thinking. Like, a fight's a fight, right?
Down at the docks,
But
yeah,
just-
pretty much.
But just before it started, I felt this, thing, almost crawl up the back of my neck. And making me want to hurt people. Just this random person next to me, and people started bumping into me, and I wanted to go super just.
Is that random person Hugo? Because I understand that feeling quite well.
That would make
Can I
sense.
please
But
roll
then,
for etiquette?
Sure.
Okay.
And then
Let me know if I'm going to make a stupid decision or a smart decision with the number I roll.
That would be a self-discipline roll more than an etiquette roll. So that'd be a willpower check. Willpower test.
Okay, where's my... There it is. Ooh, I got 2 1s. 10.
10. I'd say, like, with a 10, you're making a... You'd be making, like... How difficult would it be? If you were to put a range on difficulty for how difficult it is for Hugo to not make a stupid decision right now, what would you say it is? Like,
How good is
he's
it?
pretty
I'm gonna put this in,
responsible
like,
right now,
easy,
actually.
average, or challenging.
I'd say this one is more of a, like... I'd say it's an average one. Average to easy, because he's feeling, like, really good today.
Okay, then I will say that with that, you are able to not make a stupid decision.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
But then,
I need this in my real life.
and then this fight started out, but it wasn't for any reason. Like, people just... And, you know, people would normally leave a fight and still be, like, you know, mouthing off as they left, you know, like... But the fight didn't kind of end like that. People kind of just kind of, like, wandered off weirdly.
Describe no reason.
Like they're attacking each other like the men
And then
in the
they
car,
just
like,
stopped.
It
like
doesn't,
an
like-
animal possessed.
doesn't sound like no reason. It sounds like you wanted to crack someone's skull in.
No, I'm talking about the other people, because like, when it didn't affect me, I sat and watched.
So
And-
it didn't affect you, but then it started maybe affecting others?
Yes.
Okay.
And
And
then,
this was a vibe and a feeling.
yeah.
Just randomly. There was no cause and
Look,
effect.
I'm not the magic hoo-ha person. I'm the actually has social skills person.
Eric's
I
trying
am
to
I'm
the
just
grab
most
giving you the
person.
best
some
vibes.
magic books. Just like, hang on.
Yeah, give me that one. Alright, so when you say, like, it came over you, flipping through to the
It,
mind
like-
section.
It was like something was trying to take me over.
Okay, and it affected multiple people around you.
Yes.
Can I make a arcane lore roll?
I will allow both, say, like, both you and Eric.
Yeah, I'll do mine Arcana specifically, just because that's one of my
Yeah,
specific
that-
ones,
Alright,
because
you can
it
do
does
that.
affect the mind. Okay, pretty good. That's a 13.
That is a 13.
Ah,
There you
twinsies!
go, Twinsies. You...
We're both reading from the same page, the exact same
Can
information.
you fucking move over?
I am half your
Fucking-
size. I don't need to move anywhere.
Yeah, well, I'm breaking my back trying to hold this up to your height.
Fuck you.
How about you get a stool?
How about you kneel?
No.
both of you,
Rude.
like, fairly quickly find... Sorry, just a second, I'm just reminding myself here. Fairly quickly find the segment on essentially magic of the mind, or, you know, sort of, the power to, in many cases, as with the power of mind magic, the power to influence and to essentially dominate or mess with, or in any way sort of mess with the mind. This is an area, on one side, like I imagine, this is an area that you, Eric, are fairly familiar with.
Yes.
But it is also, as for reasons, an area that is fairly troubling for you. Both of you like find that, you know, through the power, like with mind magic, you would be able to essentially, like, yeah, through power, like in higher areas or large, like higher powers of you know, sort of mind magic, there would be mind domination, which would be very much like, cool, you are now puppet, go and do what I want you to do.
Yeah, that would be scary level power.
We're looking for subtle manipulation.
You recognize that there are spells that would be more in the sense of in this, as you would see in this case, it'd just be more like influencing, manipulation, messing with emotion, that sort of thing.
Because it was more anger, not like it's more of like affecting an emotion, not like telling someone to do something.
What you realize here is like one of the main things that you notice here, that a lot of the spells that you're coming across when it comes to influencing, or like a lot of the powers that are described, a lot of the things here that are described, there are a number of them that are about like influencing minds surrounding, yes, like heightening emotions, completely dulling them to nothing, essentially striking someone basically dumb is another one in there. But then one of the main things that it also points out through all of this is the idea that to affect more than one person in this way will often take a fair amount of arcane power. Yeah. There are a number of ways that, like, yeah, there seem to be a number of ways that these sort of talk about different scenarios of mind dominating or mind altering magic being used.
Well, that's disconcerting. And he just closes the book and puts it down and just kind of pinches his nose.
Okay, so issue, good thing, possibly bad.
Very
At
bad.
least you're still walking and you don't have little marionette strings attached to your brain. Bad thing, this person, if we are dealing with a mage and maybe not someone who deals with maybe pheromones or something, they seem to be of a wider scale, less of a direct cause, more of an influence. Am I getting that right, Eric?
We might be dealing with something much more out of our depth. I think if it's what I'm thinking, and I'm praying it's not, I'm hoping we don't have a potential rogue from the Archon Council. Specifically an Inquisitor.
Why would an Inquisitor want people to fight in the streets?
Hence the rogue part.
Yeah. Well, fuck.
Can't be certain, and I'm praying I'm actually wrong. Wrong, because Inquisitors are... people are not to be trifled with. And you actually see genuine fear coming from Eric. He is not fazed by much, but this genuinely frightens and discomforts him. So,
Well,
it's
at
either
least you
that,
narrowed it down.
or potentially a spirit of some kind. I'm praying it is a spirit.
I'd rather it be a ghost. You're more of the spellcasty, on-the-spot type, Eric. What would we look out for this type of thing? I'm more of an analyst.
Dragon, using some of my history, could I get like a good list in my head of if there is a potential Inquisitor around? What, like, could I see essentially?
Sure. Roll me a history check.
Easy, and that's intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence,
Yeah.
historical lore.
Cool. Just want to double check. Hiya. Oh. Da-da-da. And stunt dice 4. Hoo-hoo. 13 again. Weird.
Lucky number.
So you would know like the obvious sign of so all like I will say the other two of you, because I don't know how much I've raised. I realize like going into backstory with different characters and talking about different things. The Archon Council are essentially the arcane authority within Hymgard. So their main headquarters is in Midgard, but they are essentially the overarching academy, as well as authority, police force, judge, jury, and executioner for mages. So essentially along the lines of mainly due to obviously through Ragnarok and the years following, a number of issues with necromancy and other dark mages. They are essentially there to, essentially all... You would know that, like, essentially all mages now would need to be sanctioned through the Archon Council. Like, you would need to have a sanction that you have been trained, checked, and approved by the Archon, and sanctioned by the Archon Council for you to practice magic.
Would Hugo have one of those?
I don't know if you would have, like, it's not, I don't think, like, unless, and it's something that unless you have asked for it, you would not have seen it.
Because Hugo has received some arcane training.
Hugo, you at this stage are well aware that Hugo is a mage. Like, he's not just I've got a little, a little bit or something like. Hugo has magic in his blood. Like, he is, or has learned to control magic to some extent.
Minorly. More of an analyst type, but minorly. Definitely not his sole focus in life.
So you would know, actually, I don't know how much you'd know across beyond that. Eric, you would know that generally an Inquisitor from the Council will very rarely be alone. Usually there will only be one Inquisitor, but they will usually be accompanied by a number of Arcon Sentinels, which are the more of the like paladin police force of the or like enforcers of the Archon Council. They are usually very like strictly uniformed, and carry themselves with a what some would call arrogance, but in many cases is just like a wherever I am supposed to be. Like there is nowhere that I am not allowed to be.
Wherever I am the highest ranking officer.
Pretty much, yeah.
Are they known for having any like dodgy little rogue kind of people attached to them at all?
No. There's like, they're like, if they have any, you imagine from what you've heard of the Archon Council, if they have any, say like any shady sort of agents, they are part of the organization. Like, they are not ones to reach out and, make deals with the Varg or with anyone else. They're straight up like, no, we're just going to have assassins, like, essentially, or thieves, or whatever. Like, we have our own agents. There is absolutely no proof of that anywhere. But they are, as far as you can tell, they're the kind of people that I imagine Ada believes very heavily that they 100% have some very shady people on their payroll, but there is nothing provable.
I think through her soldier career, Ada would have run into them a few times, but only kind of like the watching them clean up a mess kind of.
Watch
them like shock horror, kind of like. Ooh.
Actually, yes, very interesting. So through a soldier background, through a soldier career, you would have seen a fair few Archon Sentinels. You might have seen one Inquisitor, and so you would be aware that yes, when an Archon, like for the Archon Council to show up at all, so for a squad of Sentinels to show up, is not a great sign. And you know that a lot of mages, even ones that are very well known and revered and heavily sanctioned, get very nervous when there are Archon Sentinels around. When there are Sentinels now. When there is an Inquisitor around, it is like there is just this black cloud around you at all times. Like there is this, it's like a constant cold wind. There is.
Oh my god, they're safety auditors.
Pretty much. You've seen, and you would have, and I imagine it's like that idea. You get the sense from the way that they carry themselves and this sort of aura about them. You get the sense that it's like, in that sense of like, if they have a mind to, they could very quickly and easily put you somewhere where you will not be seen again.
No, thank you.
Yeah, not fun.
I'm good.
Yes. What worries me even more is if there is one in the town, they're rarely alone. But what concerns me more is usually they don't mind making showboating of things. So there's either rogue, or they don't want you to know about it.
About what, though? What is the point of causing mass hysteria? I'm assuming that's what they're going for with the groups of random people. Maybe they're testing magic out on people, but...
Look, I think...
Why?
That it may be worth checking in with our friend Olag that we met. There's something he kept saying about music.
Vibration.
And the vibrations and the sounds. And we have a massive concert that is about to happen in a couple of days with this world-renowned person. They also... The Razor Runners, it may not be connected, but Olag's staying at the Draka. And the guys, the Razor Runners, attacked the Draka. That may or may not be connected, but it just seems like he might be an important piece here. I'm not quite sure.
But where does the Lord's son fit into this? He was stabbed. Eric, do you know if the Sentinels is... Huh?
Tortured. More like.
Yeah, but Sentinels, are they known for using knives, or would they use spells, or was the stabbing just to cover up the fact that they were manipulating his mind?
All of the above. But if it's...
I thought it was mistaken identity.
I'll say, Eric being the one who would have the information. Hold on a second.
Information.
Sorry.
Show.
Stream.
Why is that going?
I'm getting hardcore, like...
oh no, the hair!
Stream! The stream is broken.
Yeah, the stream's OBS is just disconnected. OBS is reconnected.
We're back. We're back.
Hello.
I'm getting. We are
Hi,
back.
everybody.
Just as we're getting to an important plot point to putting possible puzzles together.
And
just went away
cliffhanger.
for a bit,
I'm
and we've
getting
reconnected,
hardcore
which also
Warhammer
means we're probably
40K.
going to get an ad in like 3 minutes. Apologies for that. I hope it doesn't require another thing bad. They solved everything during downtime. No, they did not. No, Jimmy's. Yeah, that was weird. I've never actually had OBS straight up disconnect before.
Yeah, that's odd.
But that's okay. We're all still here. Thank you, everybody.
What do I
so
know?
anyway, I
Dragon?
will say, Eric, you specifically know, from experience and things, Sentinels themselves are not necessarily mages. They are essentially warriors that are taken or brought in fairly young, and they are trained in one very much in sort of one school of magic. Like they're entirely they are basically just, it is drilled into them to just get to become extremely powerful and have a great command over a certain space in power magic, which is basically entirely surrounding shutting down other magic. So they essentially walk, you would know, they walk most Sentinels walk around with an aura around their body, which you cannot cast unless you are an extremely potent mage. You cannot cast magic in. You know that their weapons, as well as dealing damage to the body, sap mana. They are entirely soldiers and weapons built to shut down mages.
I'm loving this lore.
Can I just remind Eric's brain that Oleg talked about how there was absolutely nothing in the room where we found how there was an absence of stuff around the guy who was murdered.
It would make sense. So
we could be off in the completely wrong direction while Dragon's but hey.
So we got blanks, false identity that was torture for information, blank in the area. We've got people running around with hysteria. Are they trying to cause a distraction to kidnap someone important?
Well, they remember the merchant boy wasn't even supposed to be there. I feel it was potentially wrong place, wrong time, and he just people need information out of him, and it doesn't matter if they say I don't know anything.
He was a witness. Who was supposed to be there again?
The musician that we have a concert for. So if they are making actions, it might be to cover up things of what they're already doing. So the Draka covered up the murder. The fight at the pier could have been something else, covering up something else that we just don't know about yet. And I feel like if they do want the musician, it's gonna go down soon.
I think I have a theory. I have a hypothesis that could lead to a theory. What if the musician that we're after... You said you felt a vibe when you were out there, right?
Yes.
Crawled up your spine. What if the musician himself is the one who's causing the mass hysteria? He's using his music somehow, maybe some mix of arcane, to try and get to a larger populace. Because a lot of people can hear music, but there are notes we can't hear, like dogs, or like Eric can hear. It's just...
Interesting theory.
Maybe the Sentinels and the Inquisitor are here for the musician.
Maybe, and that's why, who knows what side he's on, but this Oleg guy seems to be able to hear things that we can't. I the music, I did kind of think thought it might be music related, but none of the musicians seemed suspicious. They weren't playing anything in particular, and they weren't playing anything by Anard. But he is going to have an entire amphitheater full of people at the end of the festival, and he is
place to cause hysteria.
And he is doing it on the invitation of which god is it again?
Bragi.
Bragi, yeah.
So if I don't know if someone's got something against Bragi or what's happening.
Is there a way to prevent... I'm asking this question to the masterful GM, beautiful, wonderful man that he is.
Boss
is
man.
There a...
Big
boss
boss.
man here. Is there a way to try and prevent mind control?
Tinfoil usually works. No, like
Oh
it's,
shit, yeah, I'll do that. It's metal.
No, so you know that there are a number of magics that can like sort of shield the mind, essentially preventing the sort of the infiltration and effectively like the. So yeah, so there are a number of essentially you would know that they're also like through your sort of your time and your work in the dwarven history that there are a number of items that could do so. However, these are generally believed to be fairly powerful artifacts generally that would also be quite expensive and tricky to get a hold of.
And a lot of people wouldn't do mind magic because it's pretty useless. Or at least the prevention of it.
It's mostly people with mind magic. It's mostly used by the Inquisitors.
We don't know any Inquisitors or anything like that.
I just don't think we have enough information. I think we have to go talk to some more people. I think we have skerricks of what's happening. And maybe get Sigrid to keep an eye out. I think that, I'm not necessarily Varg associated. But I don't think she would like the idea of an Inquisitor.
No, that is very, very bad.
How about we go talk to her?
I can definitely pass the message on, but I think Oleg will be a good place to go as well. We need to get into that amphitheater, and as much as I hate to say it, maybe the Earl of Gout can potentially get us a ticket in. Don't make me say it again, okay?
I like that idea. We do have a backup plan to get in just in case, but I love that as a front-running idea. And I want to see you try it first, just in case, before I even tell you what mine is.
May I introduce you to my tailor?
Who? Who are you talking to?
What is wrong with the way I dress?
It's terrible, it's unfashionable, it's out of date by 10 years. And it's strictly speaking bland.
It's functional, it's practical, it's cotton. I'm a doctor. I tend to get splashes of blood.
Eric,
yeah, it's definitely
are you being
good.
Eric
Functional.
or are you being the Earl of Gout? Because I
Yeah,
feel like
Earls
they're
don't
two
wear
different
that.
people.
Also, you gotta walk better.
What's wrong with the? I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask because you're just gonna both bully me. Fine, introduce me to your tailor, whatever. I'll pay for it. I'm not poor.
Once we get the suit or whatever you decide to wear, I'll make up some jewelry to try and make it fancy.
Ada then grabs the shirt that she's wearing and does the whole tie it up kind of thing under her boobs and stuff and kind of tucks it in and seems to be fiddling with it just almost a little bit too much.
It is. I will say for everyone else in the room, you notice as she's doing this all that, it is like, how to put it? It seems to be like sort of her size. It was not made for her. Like it's, oh no, you all know it was Sagas anyway. So yeah, it is, yeah.
Someone mentioned Saga. What's up? How is she? Is she alright?
Down boy.
She having a good day?
Anytime.
Does she need anything?
You head out across the way. So where are we headed at this point?
I feel like like we're gonna be on the way to Oleg, but I'm sure like I'm gonna come across like someone that is part of the Varg, and I'm going to say, okay, like it's like I need to talk with you alone.
So yeah, let me see. Let me just quickly check something here.
Who's out on the road today?
Hey Ada, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
What's up with you?
me.
You're fidgety. Showing signs. You're overpicking your outfit. You've readjusted it 12 times. You don't pick on your outfit. You glide. Relaxed. You hover down the streets. Right now, don't get all uppity. Right now, you are fidgety. Although I'm loving the charcoal eyeshadow. It's really, really well done.
Thanks, I made it work.
Yeah.
That's what happens when Saga explodes in your face.
Eric's
It's
just
bright
like,
red. You're not sure if it's embarrassment or rage. Or jealousy.
Thank you, Ada. I don't think I need to hear about your sexcapades. Thank you very much, though.
I could sit here a little longer.
You are welcome
hear a little
to,
more.
my friend. I'm.
Please tell me someone gets that quote.
Yes, I get it.
No,
There was a lot of soot. It's just
making sure you're okay. You seem a bit touchy. Something good happen, or like anxious, or what's going on?
something's gonna happen. And there's a lot of people that I may or may not care about. It's people I watch over in this town. And life is random enough. Life is cruel. It's not, pleasant. But people fucking with the balance that we have in this city is becoming slightly unhinged.
So you're taking the inability to control the situation around you and minimizing it to control the situation that you can control, which is your own appearance, in order to make yourself feel more comfortable.
Yeah, something like that.
It's
right,
weird when
nice.
you do that.
Huh?
It's weird when you do that.
Do what? What?
You're weirdly intelligent sometimes. Especially with
I'm a
people.
fucking genius.
Debatable.
Well,
But
yeah,
you're
in some
weirdly good with people, and it bothers me.
sense. do
You, I
realize-
get. You, I understand. And just all of that. That you, however, you see too much. And it worries me.
Well, she has the street smarts. I was raised to be a politician.
That explains so much. But also,
Gotta know
not
people
enough.
that know their weaknesses. Wait, what'd you say?
Also not enough.
You're being too short-sighted. I'm allowed to say it. It's me. And I keep walking.
So, Dragon, who do I pick off the street to let them know the oh shit news?
I'll say You see, just because I like this because it sort of harkens back to a thing before. You see, walking down the street, you see a figure that you're not used to seeing out. It's a figure that you've only seen possibly like a handful of times, and were it not for very particular features, others that you probably wouldn't even entirely recognize. Heading over, you see sitting atop like a pile of crates next to a building, just sort of watching everything else happen, has a very large cup of coffee in one hand. You see this very sort of like pale looking woman. Yes, very much so. Like the beer, like a beer stein of coffee. Sort of a very sort of pale, long, angular faced woman. Long, like pitch black hair over one shoulder. Quite elegant features, but has a very sort of almost like fierce edge to them. Almost elven, possibly half elven. Seems to be watching everyone around her with a face like an expression that you would not be unfamiliar on like a household cat. Just a sort of a, what are you doing? Why do I care? And then like generally like looking around, waiting for someone to give her an excuse to care. This is, you recognize this to be Hati. She is one of the, from what you understand, she's one of the enforcers of the trading post. Generally speaking, you know that her and her brother Skull essentially take day and night shifts of watching over the trading post. You know that she generally takes the night shift, which is sort of midday to midnight sort of thing, and then her brother takes the other half of that.
Okay.
It is, in a way, at this moment, like odd to see her outside, and especially during the day.
Hence the big thing of fuck off coffee. I say Eric like turns around and it's just, you two, stay.
Wolf.
Good, you get it. And he just backs away and walks up to Hati. And it's just like, good morning, Hati. Odd to see you about during the sunlight hours.
She turns her head quite sharply to look at you, and you see these sort of telltale, very pale, like yellow fading into almost silver eyes sort of look down at you. Very unsettling. Like, in a way that they are like, you look at them and they're like, yeah, like, they pass for human eyes, but they're weird. Like, it's,
Why are you like this?
yeah. As she sort of looks down at you and then sort of, you get this sort of like half-cocked grin as she's like, just, getting my work required fresh air, as it was.
That's good. Have to be healthy and all that. I remember you telling me about a recent pain in your arm. Do you mind if I quickly check it? And as I'm clearly trying to say with my eyes, I need to talk to you. Please go into the alley.
She, like, gives this sort of, like, looks at you for a moment of, like, pain in my arm. Like, this sort of, like, what are you talking about sort of look. Then realizing that you need to talk to us, like, gives this sort of eye roll of, like, ugh. Puts her mug down on the crate next to her and just rolls backwards off the crate onto her feet, and steps down, taking her mug with her, and walks back into the alleyway.
It's very, like, as we're into the alleyway, it's like, it's really not convincing of me trying to check on an injury when you're literally flipping.
Sorry. So what did you need?
We have a potentially huge problem. A bad, very bad problem. You need to talk to Sigrid immediately. We may have an Inquisitor.
Can you roll me an insight check real quick?
Yep.
Or an empathy check real quick.
Empathy, okay.
My bet's on she has no idea what that is.
Da, da, da. My notes are too down. I need to separate them.
Pieces of paper.
I have like, is that like more communication or perception?
It'd be.
I'm sorry, the rogue is a swiwy. It's been a hot minute, guys.
It's perception. Sorry.
Perception, lovely. That's a 10.
She does not visibly seem to respond, but she sort of takes me, like, "Are you sure?"
I can't be certain, but those are the only type of people that can potentially influence people's emotions. There are more people getting into fights as if possessed. There are murders happening on the street. And for crowds to do that level of magic, they have to be a fucking good Inquisitor. And the fact that there's no sentinels really walking the streets means they want to keep this quiet, which is way more fucked for us.
You see, she pauses from her, like, seems to this sort of like pensive furrow to her brow. She sort of says, "Is it not possible that it's more than one mage?"
It very well could be, but mind magic outside of the Archon Council, fairly rare. And I don't want to take my chances. Do you?
No. I will inform Sigrun.
I feel like Eric would try to describe it as if anyone feels like a potential overflowing of emotion, something they just want to hit something, not the normal kind. This is unbridled rage type of thing. Try to remove yourselves immediately, or they are near, and they are trying to affect you. There's not much you can do against it, sadly.
You see again this sort of like smug cocked grin comes up and she says, "I assume this is excluding Da."
Yes, that is excluding Da.
Good. Because I feared we'd have to tie him up. She turns, is like, "Very well. I will inform Sigrun and the others. Is there anything else?"
No, we're just tell her I'm following a lead. I'll be back to over any info if I manage to find anything.
Excellent. Have a wonderful day then. She turns and starts to walk down the alleyway back the way you came. Sorry, back the way, like further into the alleyway.
Eric is just like calling out. It's like, yes, put some ice on it, and remember to keep it elevated too. He's not a good liar, guys.
As you walk away, turning around, there's a moment as you turn back and look, and you can see down the alleyway. It's quite gloomy, like it's shadowy, but it's not necessarily, like there's no darkness. You're in basically moving on to about midday here.
Mm-hmm.
As you like turn back a little, you see her walking this sort of quite tall, sort of lanky, sort of elongated form walking into the darkness. As you turn back and you sort of doing this play, as you look back again, she is just gone.
It's weird how she can do that. I'll have to ask her about it one day. I feel like she'll just laugh at me. And then do it again. That's spite.
Just pull some Cheshire cat shit.
Oh yeah, he would just be like, "Do you see this shit guy? She's laughing at me." Turn back. How the fuck did she do that? She was right there.
I like the idea of like we see exactly how it happens and we choose to omit the fact like, no, we didn't see it. Just to put more like insanity in you.
I'm already insane enough, guys.
So
yeah, you just see Eric just waving, just like, yeah, just put some ice on it. Keep it elevated and plenty of rest now. Yes. Right. Olag.
Right. Olag. Ice, really?
Shut
The
up.
best advice?
You'll need ice in a minute. You make me want to regret my vow.
You have a vow?
A loose one.
Heading over towards the Draka. Arriving, you see a few people starting to, gather within, mostly, sort of having their, close to midday meal, and drinks. A few other, more rowdier tables that seem to be residual tourists, as it were. As you enter, from the back of the room, there is this sudden sort of hey! As this bunch of beer mugs go up, and there is suddenly just this cheers to the Earl of Gout. All of them drink as there's a lot of red cheeks and noses at that table.
He finds you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're in pain. He walks around with that big brain. He's the Earl of fucking Gout.
None of it rhymed.
None of it did, but they don't.
Eric, I feel like Eric gets a tankard about to smash up with it, and just Ada just plucks it out of his hand.
And is like,
no.
The Earl of God elixir coming soon. Puts down.
You see through the tavern, to the side, along this long bar at the side, you see Vieira and a number of other sort of dwarven bartenders, sort of not as busy, moving around and passing stuff back and forth, and fixing platters and drinks and all that. Towards the back of the room on the right, essentially just next to the stairs, more or less where you found Smoke originally, you see the undeniable form, unmistakable form of Olag. There's a very tall, pasty elf. His long, sort of black coat. As he's sitting at a table, just seems to be holding a cup, and there's eyes just drifting over everything around him, with one finger tapping sort of rhythmically on the table.
He's your cousin.
Ada goes up to the bar and buys drinks because that's the etiquette. Tend the Draka, you buy something.
Does Eric get one?
Yes, poor person.
I'm not poor, I'm stingy. There's a difference. Why buy something when Sugar Mama can do it?
It's okay. I took the money from your own pocket anyway.
He's going to have a wine.
Sugar Mommy Ada, she's buying us drinks.
Easy enough. Drinks are poured, and payment is processed.
And wander over to my cousin.
Olag sort of turn around, like looking around, and turns and is like, Ada. Correct?
Oh, look. Yes.
I was just enjoying the early festivities. The aperture in here is interesting, if nothing else. I sense that you're not here for pleasantries, though.
I mean, it can be pleasant, but yes, we'll just have a chat.
But what do you require? Or do you have information for me?
Have information for you and just trying to see if your help to make sense of the tapestry of music that appears to be in front of us.
Yes, it's been odd, but I can't quite make it out. Perhaps the information that you have will be of some interest there.
Hopefully. So, we did some research, and that poor boy appears that he may have just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. That house was supposed to be housing a very prominent musician that is in town. Ada's just aware that there's people around and doesn't want to necessarily name drop him. Who is doing a very large performance.
He sort of nods, his eyes trail off as he looks around in a, like, sort of almost like visually mapping things out and in his memory as he turns and says, yes. Yes, I sensed that. The tune, like, it was discordant. It wasn't supposed to be there. It was something wrong. Like an improper course or an out of tune instrument.
More fascinatingly, something seems to be going on in this town, and I don't know if it's a magical influence or a certain person, but fascinatingly, people are getting kind of their emotions turned up to violence.
Almost if they are dancing to someone else's tune. If you catch my drift.
You see a sort of an amused smile crosses Olog's face in like a, you know, like, you get it sort of thing. As he turns and says, like, I've sensed something. Something a bit more visceral than what I'm used to.
Well, I find
I do sense that someone is plucking strings here that may not be the best intentions. No.
And so I was curious. And so I followed a lead. Because I don't know, were you staying here when this place was attacked a few days ago?
Yes, I was upstairs.
Isn't that fascinating that you were upstairs? Because the 3 men who attacked here weren't sent by their leader to attack you. They wandered down to the wharf and then suddenly became full of rage, but ended up at the Draka attacking people.
You think they were after me?
I don't know. But then I went to check the place that they had gone. And while I was there, I felt this thing trying to push into my brain. And I felt this moment of like such intense rage. But rage without a purpose. And I managed to push it away, but people around me just started attacking each other. But then would just disconnect again.
That is interesting. Perhaps there is some sort of insidious magic to this. Would explain some of the tones that have been floating in the area.
Have you sensed any... Remember how you talked about with that boy, how there was nothing? The sound, there was discord, but then there was nothing. Like absolutely nothing. Have you come across any other spots or people in the city who have expressed that same nothingness at all?
Like someone who has no sound.
No. The nothing was the end of a song. Nothing that I sensed was the death of that young man. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to.
You see Eric like visibly a bit relaxes.
Yeah. He turns and sort of looks to you. He says, "What is it? What is it that you feel?" I sense that is some sort of concern.
I'm concerned about people who can make others do whatever they want. Just like a puppeteer would puppet someone on strings. And I don't know why.
You don't know why you're concerned about that, or like why they
Why
do
would
it?
they be here?
Ah, see, you had me confused for a second there.
Is it possible that whatever this thing is, I mean, what purpose would it serve in this city at this moment?
I mean, we do have a big concert coming up. So if someone's out there able to stroke people's emotions, pardon the language, but best way to describe it, in the right direction, it'd be very easy to turn a crowd of people into a small riot. Now, what the overall arching Reason for that is, apart from just being anarchy, is what we're trying to figure out. But yeah, we're a bit lost.
Either way, whoever's committing these senseless acts of violence, but whether it be the same person or not, they want that musician. For that reason, we have no idea.
And why would you say that?
Because that wasn't the merchant boy's house, it was the musician's. He was supposed to be staying there.
I see. Do we know where this musician is now?
I have an idea. He will be staying with one of the higher lords. He won't settle for anything less. He's very pompous. My father took me to one of his concerts many, many years ago. And it's most likely that my brother is here with business for him. Oh, by the way, everyone, my brother's in town.
You have a brother?
Yes, I have several.
Huh.
Hold on. Do. Oh, I might be one of them. Yes, I have 6, not including me.
You see, as you mention, you say, like, you talk about your brother. Your voice doesn't change, like, it's the sort of thing, but you see Olag's face, like, sort of almost winces as if you've just yelled. And sort of turns like, why does your symphony screech like that when you mention that name?
Screeches how?
As if a rat has just gotten into the orchestra.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's just his voice.
No, he's very correct. Sorry, why am I going into this? Yeah, mate, it's very correct. He is kind of like a rat. Like a little hairy shitbag that runs through your life and leaves a trail. Not a good trail. I mean, like a shit trail.
I see. Well, it sounds like this musician is a potential lead.
At very least a witness. If he hasn't gone back to his lodgings, that says a lot. Either he doesn't know about anything yet and he has been partying this entire time, which, fair, it is cigar blood. People tend to hop and bounce all the time. Or he doesn't gone back because he knows something happened there and he knows someone's out to get him.
He'll be lying low somewhere.
Is there somewhere you could find him?
We can potentially draw him out, or at least visit the higher districts with a potential reason.
Look out.
Ida, do you know any, do you have any contacts that might know where he could be staying? Or someone who knows someone?
I could try.
Might be easier asking around. But he's probably laying low. If someone's trying to assassinate him, he'll be staying at some place familiar. Or at least some place where he has leverage. Where would he have that in this city?
Bragi, maybe? Bragi loves music, and if there's a huge concert going on, Bragi would love to probably take care and very much keep safe his prize performer. Could be up too high, but I'd say that's, for someone who cares about music, I'd say that's a good protector of sorts, but there could be multiple other aristocrats that have a taste of the finer arts, if you will.
No, I think you're correct on this one. Bragi wouldn't let a highly valued musician die in his city. And, sorry, what's the musician's name again?
Arnold.
Arden?
Arnold.
Arnold. And Arnold may not even need to tell Bragi that he's hiding from assassins. He might be like, let me stay at your lodges and I will play you some music because that's what I do with my little lute and little singing and purr.
Potentially, but we can ask around. I'm sure Ada's.
Why would someone want to be after the prized? Why would someone want to be after the prized musician of Bragi in Bragi's biggest festival?
Someone doesn't like Bragi and wants to embarrass them publicly by making a statement via killing the musician, saying that Bragi can't protect his people. The musician, how old would you say he would be?
Arnor.
Arnold, yeah, roughly.
He'd be at this stage, like probably about, you'd say like between 70 to 100 years old. He is an elf.
Is that old for an elf? So he's young.
That's more or less like in elf, like you would say, I'd say knowing etiquette. In elven culture, that is like you have more or less just become an adult. Like you are now like a respected like adult at this stage.
He's young, so he's ambitious. He's more willing to make mistakes. Typically, people don't stop making wild mistakes, possibly gambling, making enemies, until they're about biologically 40 years human. By that time, they've got too much to lose. He's young. By elf years, he's going to be cocky. He's going to make enemies. So it could be addiction, gambling, a woman, piss someone off.
If your theory is if you had a theory before, going back to yours, if he is the one that's potentially causing these random acts of violence, that would make the silent ones very, very angry, and they would want to be dealing with that quickly.
A hypothesis.
My point stands.
Theory has backing.
Trust me, if you step out of line, they deal with you.
Or maybe we should take Oleg's suggestion and we go try and find Arnold and just have a chat.
Yeah, no better than just asking him.
Normally, Bragi...
If we can't get in, we can knock out my brother, shave his head. I'll wear his hair as a wig, and I'll pretend to be a pompous little rat. And I'll get in that way.
Oleg, did his music sound very good right then when he was being mad about his brother?
It sounded... malicious, jealous, and slightly vindicated.
Fascinating.
See, this is how you... See, this is how you sound to me. This is what it feels like.
What were you saying about Bragi, Oleg?
I was, from what I know of the Lord of Poetry and Commerce, he's not one to not show off his prizes, and especially his artists. It sounds like you mentioned getting in. Were you referring to the upper districts, or
Wherever the musician is, be it Bragi's upper district, I'm sure we can find a way in.
Most places are invitation only once you get high enough, or you have to be known enough, and we are not known enough in the higher circles. I could maybe get in, but it would take a lot, and I don't want to. It'd be much easier to shave my brother's head at this point because he has an invitation.
I think you just really want to shave your brother's head.
I really do. He filled my pillow with flour. Not flowers. Flour. And he scuffed my air filter. Revenge
Right.
must be taken.
Right.
He seems reserved for a moment, and he says, like, you and your brother got an invitation to the upper districts?
From what I know, he came and boasted about it last night. He makes fine wood furniture, mainly desks, chairs, fancy ornate things that make it look like there's a tree growing out of your house, but really it's a bookshelf.
Ah, I see. Interesting. Very well.
I like carving my name into them sometimes.
Well, of course, if I can be of any further assistance, please do let me know.
I like you.
I am fond of you too.
He gets it.
Your aperture is amusing.
Hugo is going to Hugo knows what it means. Mac is being like, "What's aperture mean again?"
It's like a it's music. It's like a what do you call it? Like a
You sound good.
you sound like your sort of harmony.
Well, I hope that your cylinders rumble well.
He does his best.
No, I get it.
Oh well, bye bye. Sorry,
Thank you, cousin.
but I might have a good one. Sometimes I get dragged up in everyone else's accent. I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
a Bogan. Come on.
It's like,
The amount of characters that I've played that have like a thick Southern accent, and everyone at the table is just like, well, yeah, I don't get a lot of nope, that's not my voice.
yeah, I can do that.
There
Whoops
is
daisies.
actually a study based around that. Yeah.
Mm. But yes, I feel like we should get start asking around, and while we do that, maybe we should go to the tailor. Maybe, I hate this. I don't want to do this.
Lookout's got a suit and a boot. He's gonna walk around with a shooty shoot.
Yes, and it's gonna point at you to you.
I got the
We
bullets and
will-
all the powder. You ain't got nothing but a shiny louder.
I guess we arrange clothing suitable for attempting to find a way to talk to Arnold. And Ada will reach out to some of her contacts and try and find out if they have a way of, or they know where he may have been entertained.
Awesome.
Just where he was last seen.
So, heading over as we head over towards the tailor, and to prepare yourselves and dress accordingly for the upcoming events. That is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Yeah.
Some very interesting things all happening. Very, very exciting.
You're hearing all our theories.
Hey,
You got to
He
hear
just
some
smiling
lore.
I love the lore. The Archon Council was a thing that I spent a lot of building on through my home game. In fact, two of the factions that we have already met were built almost entirely at the point of one player joining. Because she was like, I want to do this and this. And I'm like, cool. Neither of those things exist in this world yet, so we're gonna build those. So yeah, in that came through with the Archon Council and the Varg. So we now have those two wonderful things in this world of Hymgard. And if you would like to help support the building of Hymgard and get yourself some cool little inside scoop information as well. Don't forget to sign up for my Ko-fi and check out all of our stuff in the panels or descriptions below. And don't forget, you can go and follow all of our wonderful players here. All of them do their own social media stuff, and also you can tip them in the thing below if you want to help them out. It all helps.
Yes.
But yeah, just a reminder, before we run off, that Harbingers of Ragnarok Ulfheden is out now and available for purchase. Once again, it is a love letter to trauma. I don't apologize for that, but just take care of yourself. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all very much for hanging out. We will see you all in 2 weeks' time, but come hang out next week. When we are on Tuesday, I will be playing Darksiders 1, continuing with Darksiders 1, and on Thursday, we'll be continuing on doing some artwork for the wonderful world of Hymgard. Thank you all very much for hanging out. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Good day, everyone.
Bye.